Alright, so this is like my first negative video about SnowRunner. Um, Something happened today that could be, in my eyes and many others, looks like a serious blunder by Saber and Focus. I'll just put them together concerning mods. So, in a well intentioned move, for sure, which I'm not too familiar with in many other games. They wanted to reward modders that have put content on mod.io. It's their mod rewards, and I guess this is going to be a monthly thing. It's pretty interesting because that's if this game lasts, they're going to be shelling out a lot of money. Yes, money. So, mod rewards program. The top 5 mod creators get 400 euros each. It's not like a first place, second place. It's just top 5 get 400 euros each. Okay. Then there's top 5 rising star creators get 170 euros each. Uh, so how this works is maybe it's not every month. Hold on. No, it says each month. So it's a total pool of 2,850 euros or 3,100 American dollars each month. Okay, top 5 mod creators, most subscriptions across all their submitted mods. Sorry about that. They must be active. They can't be hidden mods or private mods or mods that were active and then turned off. Don't count. Um, I thought about that because I actually turned off like 3 of my little tweak things, but I still don't think it would have been enough to make a difference. So yeah, most subscriptions across all mods submitted in the last 3 months must have a weighted average above 50%. Thumbs up, thumbs down. The rising star qualification is most new subscriptions in the last 30 days across all their mods submitted for the last 3 months. Again, they must be active. Okay, that sounds really cool, right? Like they're rewarding mod players. Here's okay. Um, Program rules. Okay. Obviously, you must have a valid mod.io account. Blah blah blah. Okay, the mods must. And here's the first bullet point under the mods must. Like for the mods to qualify. Here's the first bullet point. Be your original creation. Okay. Tweaks, which is what I do because I don't know how to 3D model. So all I do is tweak XML files. That's what I made a video on. Showed you how to tweak XML files, and that's not original content. We're editing Saber's content, right? We're not creating anything original, but uh, they say there's an argument. Somebody says that they are because people are actually changing the physical properties of the trucks to make them new trucks, which is pretty advanced tweaking, but you're still only tweaking the XML files to use assets created by Saber. There is no original content. Like, I guess, I don't know. I guess if you're saying that you've put enough of their assets in a unique combination, I guess that makes it original, I suppose. But that's a really weak argument when you have real 3D modelers making 3D models from scratch that are highly detailed, take hours and hours of work, and you're putting those on the same level as somebody who tweaks some XML files. That's a big fail. Um, so they announced winners in the same post that they announced this program. So they already had winners lined up. Uh, and this is where it starts to get interesting. The top 5 mod creators, and I'm double checking, is the exact same list as the top 5 rising stars. It's in a slightly different order, but it's the same people. So essentially, 5 people just won 570 euros. All right. Oh, congratulations to them, right? Uh, to 2 of them. I mean, one person basically ported over the Kraz Charbaz thing from MudRunner. It is a unique model to MudRunner and um, SnowRunner now, as they got, you know, it looks like it's got some of the old MudRunner tires, and then they've of course added the new SnowRunner tires to it as well. I haven't downloaded it and used it. It just seems kind of silly. I think this thing really exists. So that guy did one thing, and it got downloaded enough, like 15,000 times or something. Um, so that guy, congratulations. You imported something new to SnowRunner. It is new. It's original. There is no, first of all, there's no Kraz anything in SnowRunner. So any Kraz is a unique. All right. Well, then you got Roro. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Roro Customs with his. I believe he did the Chevy Duramax. I pulled this up so I wouldn't mess this up. Chevrolet Duramax, right? Which everybody lost their minds over because it's so highly detailed. Um, so much work was put into that model. It's just crazy, right? Um, yeah, it's just really, really well done. I mean, that's original work. There is no Chevy, modern Chevy truck in the game. It's a fantastic mod. It's got 15,593 subscriptions. It's crazy. So well done to Roro. He got recognized for his work. Okay, the other 3 winners are just XML tweakers, and one of them is kind of despised by all of the actual 3D modeling modders. Um, I mean, I'm sorry. So there's five winners. Two, so one just did the Kraz Chorbaz, if I'm doing this right. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. He's done 4 models, but this is where people have an issue with this. Chameleon Chameleon HUM, had access to the game to start his mods before anyone owned the game. And I just learned this with this controversy broke today. his mods were on mod.io before the game released. So people were already subscribing to his mods well before the game even released. So he got a head start. Like he's got what 8,600 subscriptions on that one, 9,800 subscriptions on that, almost 11,000 subscriptions on the Kraz Charbaz, and 5,000 subscriptions on the Harley or whatever motorcycle. Yeah, Harley Davidson. Now these are all unique models. There's no doubt about it. But the fact that this was a beta mod tester that had a huge jump start on mod.io over everybody, that's not really fair. Um, because people were able to see these with the build up to the game and were already subscribing. So the game's only been out a month, and the contest says last 3 months or whatever, and 30 days. I mean, it looks like he does good work, but the fact that he had a jump start over all the other modders kind of should disqualify him. I mean, he got early access to the game. Like, that's kind of reward enough, and now you're going to pay the guy on top of that. So, um, so we've got him, Roro, and that's it. The other three are just XML tweakers, and like I said, one of them is kind of despised among real modders. Um, because all he does is basically copy paste the same tweaks to every truck in the game. I'm gonna call him Taiga Tiger guy because that's all he does. He puts Taiga tires on everything, and people just and like 7 different engines, and it's just cheat code central. Um, Basically, so is this. It looks like this other guy pretty much does the same thing. Made a ridiculous uh, international Lodestar with like I don't know 100 something inch tires. Those are ridiculous. They're huge. Um, but yeah, it looks like he kind of does the same thing. Just puts big tires on everything. So this is a huge, huge misstep by Saber, Focus, whatever. You've rewarded a beta tester that had a jump start over everyone else, huge jump start, and 3 XML tweakers over people like Roro that did the HD Chevy that everyone loves. Um, Invalid Redneck who did the beautiful 1983. I guess ridiculous. Let's go. Apparently my save game. They fixed the save thing. There was an issue with the update today. Save games were gone. That seems to be fixed. I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about the update yet. Probably do that later. And I'm gonna have to do. I've been putting it off, but I'm gonna have to do my good, bad, and the ugly with. That. Wait a minute. Why does it look so grainy? Does it always look that way? See, now I don't know because I've been reading all day about graphic fidelity issues. So now I don't know if my mind's just playing with me. Looks okay. Yeah, so Invalid Redneck, right? Did that beautiful 1983 Ford Ranger truck. Completely new assets to the game. Like, spent all that time modeling. Deathcore Boy 1 did this amazing Mac 917 A3. Admittedly, the interior is not done. But even so, just on the exterior job alone, like, this is a gorgeous mod and model. 3D model. Like this this is as well done as the trucks that the developers made themselves. Um, this guy doesn't get recognized. Let's go to. We're gonna go. Oh, check it out. They got the guys that are doing the Kraz. Let's see who else has got. If anybody else has got. The K700. Somebody imported that to give us something unique. Yeah, I don't have any money because I bought the Mac. Where's the... I don't know if my tweaked scouts work anymore. They changed a lot of the XML stuff. Hopefully we can sell this back. Look at this. Right? Like, this little Ford Ranger, man. This thing's badass. That's a completely new model and asset to the game. It's got a lot of downloads, but now we'll reward a tweaker. I'm not going to rant for this too much. It's just, if you're not aware, I think a lot of people aren't even aware because the update came out today, which has its own whole set of issues. This was announced at the same time, and it's not really being noticed except by people in the modding community because they're really pissed off that Saber basically, in many people's eyes, broke their own rules because it says your own like original content. Tweaking XMLs is not original content, right? That's a really strong argument. Saber could argue it that, hey, well, if you tweak it enough to where the truck is completely different, which some people are doing, like they're making 4x4 trucks out of 6x6 trucks. I guess you could make an argument if you did enough, then the product is original because it doesn't exist in the game. But when you're comparing that to people who spend hours and hours on like true 3D models, hopefully I can sell this back. Yes, sell. Uh-oh. No? Yes. Okay. Um, you just like look at this. This dude had to build this from the ground up. This isn't even a MudRunner port over. Like this dude spent who knows how much time on this model, but we're gonna reward Emil, the Taiga Tiger guy, Taiga Tire guy, as I like to call him now. You know, that's the guy who just copy pastes basically the same things onto every truck in the game, posts it to Mod.io's, flooding Mod.io with I don't want to say crap. I mean, people obviously are downloading the stuff, but it's like cheat mode. It's easy mode. I mean, you might as well just call them, cheats, to be honest. Let's look at his profile. 17. And, okay, he's got one is trailers, two are trailers. ER 87. So, three trailers, which, surprise, higher suspension, bigger tires on the trailers. He's not the only one to do that either. And then everything else is just giant suspension lifts and tires for everything. Taiga tires on everything. So this is what's happening. This is what's people are saying. The real modelers are kind of threatening a walkout almost, and that they're not even going to do free mods. They might as well go underground and sell their mods, which some of them already do. Like there's already like MudRunner has apparently a big paid mod community that's not on Steam Workshop or whatever. You have to find them on Discord, or there's actually a mod group that has a full website that you can basically order mods from. And the player base is going to suffer if mods like this Mac go underground. We're actually even really lucky. I don't know why he did it. We're really lucky that Deathcore Boy even made this public because it was a paid mod. And then all of a sudden, like a few days later, after he kind of released it as a paid mod, all of a sudden it was public. So I'm not sure if he got enough people to buy it, and then he was like, all right, well, I've made some compensation. I'll just go ahead and make it free now. What if he turns it off and goes back private? Because he said he's still going to continue to work on it. Because I've made a comment about it not getting the saddle options for hauling trailers, and he was like, "Ah, well, it's I'm not done with it. We know the interior isn't done," but he said that, so he's being upfront about the interior. Uh, but just imagine if people that can make things like this turn away from Mod.io, and you have to pay them. And okay, so that's another misconception. People think, "Oh, it's a mod for a game. It can't be more than like, who's going to charge more than like $5?" No, people are very proud of their mods, which they're model. I'm going to say models, okay? Because I still have an issue with how some people define mods and others. There's a whole semantics battle going on over the word mod. Um, 3D modelers are going to go underground or threatening to go underground because of what just happened. Saber has to change the policy. They better do it next month. Either make tweaks, a separate category that damn well better not get paid as much as somebody who's put something like this in the game. Um, it should be like maybe $100 to the top three tweakers, right? And then the top five modelers get the 400 euros, right? I mean, it's you better do something to separate them, because if they go down this path again, and because now they've just encouraged tweaking and spam tweaking and overpowered tweaking. It's really horrible precedent has just been set. Um, and other than like one post, I think on the thread where the guy was like, well, they've made original content by combining, assets that didn't exist before. Yeah, defining exactly, it's Nethios community community manager, defining exactly where the line between tweaks and full mods and the rules is a difficult task. Some tweaks are changing both visual aspects and stats, basically creating a new vehicle. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true, but to reward somebody still that only requires tweaking an XML file. Like I know how to do that. It takes a little more time to do the in-depth stuff, to like really, remove rear axles, make 4x4s out of 6x6s, stuff like that. But it's still just tweaking XML files. It's coding, like simple coding stuff. Um, but he says things are not set in stone, and this program shouldn't become a race to create only the best tweaks each month. We'll work with you, and if the community global feeling is that tweaks should be excluded or have a dedicated section, we'll find a way to do it for next month's winners. Well, they better do it. You better do it, because they're they're gonna screw up bad. They've already kind of screwed up. They've already pissed off all of the 3D modelers. So I don't know how long have I been ranting about this. Too long. Gosh, probably just. But that's it. It's just my first rant on SnowRunner. They screwed up today. They screwed up pretty bad. Hopefully they fix it because we as a community are going to suffer if they don't. Because we're not going to get mods like this. Because those guys are only going to take money under the table directly if you want stuff like this. And some people are charging like 25 bucks 20 or more for some of these mods. And me personally, sorry, I don't have the money to. I'm not. I just, yeah, I'm not. If it's not free on Mod.io, I'm not getting it. Um, I'm not gonna. I don't have the resources or the credit with the wife to spend hundreds of dollars on a video game for virtual trucks. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna cut this off. I've been ranting. You get the point. Saber screwed up. They're pissed off all the 3D modelers, and I hope they fix it before we all suffer.